Journey to Alicorn, Chapter 7 A Royal Wedding in the Bay. It has been a few weeks since Garnet Glim chosen to stay near Bay so he could be closer to Sip. Garnet had been thinking lately of his proposal to Sip. So far, Hitch is the only one who knows about it. Garnet don't know how to tell the others about it since he had chosen to keep it a secret for now at least. He had even started working as a cook at a restaurant in Mirtam Bay. Since he enjoyed cooking for his friends, and it was actually even Sip who encouraged him to apply to a restaurant that was looking for a cook. He was hired right away, and Sip was thrilled about it. One morning, Garnet was making breakfast for every pony at Bright House when he heard some pony. "Morning, Garnet." "Morning, Sip. Did you sleep well?" "Yes, I did sleep quite well, actually." "I hope you're okay with some toast for breakfast?" "Of course." Sip sat down by the table, and soon the others walked downstairs and they could smell the breakfast and sat down too. "I'm so hungry I could eat the whole house," said Hitch. "I'm so hungry I could eat a giant waffle," said Issy. "You should try calm down. Breakfast is almost done," said Sunny. "Sorry, it is just when I'm hungry I can't control it," said Hitch. Even Sparky was a bit impatient cause he was really hungry. But soon the breakfast arrived at the table and they started enjoying it too. Garnet sat next to Sip as always while enjoying his breakfast. Since it was Saturday, Hitch wasn't working, so he was going to the park with Sparky with Missy and Issy, while Sunny was gonna work at the smoothie truck for a few hours. Sip and Garnet had made plans to go on a picnic together around lunchtime at the beach. Since it was a nice day, so they thought a date at the beach would have been a perfect spot. "Are you two looking forward to your date?" asked Pip. "You bet on it we are," said Sip. "Right, Garnet?" Sip asked while looking at Garnet. "Of course, I'm looking forward to it too," said Garnet back. Sip smiled when Garnet said it, and after breakfast, while Garnet had taken care of the dishes, Hitch walked up to him. "Hey, Garnet, are you planning to ask her today?" "Actually, yes, I'm planning to do it today." Both Hitch and Garnet were whispering, so no other friends could hear them talking just not to ruin the surprise. After Garnet finished his dishes, "Come to my room, I will show you." Hitch followed after Garnet to his room and he closed the door behind him. Garnet took out a small box and showed Hitch the ring inside. "Gosh, this is a good one. I know she's gonna like it." "I know. She will, and I wish it so much that she will say yes." Hitch nods and both left the room. Garnet could feel his heart pounding so hard in his chest, cause he really loved Sip. Despite being dating for less than 2 months, he felt he wanted to settle down with her and make, since she makes him so complete. Later at noon, the others had left the Bright House except Sip, who sat in the living room waiting for the picnic date with Garnet. Garnet were preparing the basket with sandwich, cupcakes, and something to drink for them too. He was getting more nervous, and soon he put the ring box in the basket and took a deep breath. "Sip, are you ready to go?" "Yep, I'm ready to go." Both of them left Bright House and headed down to the beach, and even could hear Sip humming. All he could hear was the sound of his heart pounding so hard in his chest. felt as he was going to have a heart attack. He tried to calm down as much as he could. He took a deep breath, just to keep that not to have a panic or something. When he got to the beach, Zip found a good spot for them to have a picnic on. Zip put down the blanket and both sat down. Garnet started to take out the food on the blanket. Garnet felt a bit more relaxed, but at the same time his heart was racing fast. But he tried to be calm as much as possible. This is a nice date for us. It sure is a nice date. And I couldn't have fought for a better spot for that too. You're right. With the sunny day, the calm breeze from the ocean makes things a lot more nicer. Both enjoyed the food that Garnet made for them. And after they finished their food, they sat on a blanket looking out at the ocean. They could see some dolphins in the distance. Zip were leaning against Garnet Glen's shoulder with closed eyes, and she listened to the waves' movements against the beach. After a little while, Garnet felt he was ready to propose to Zip. He used his magic to lift the ring box from the basket and hid it behind him. Zip? What is it, Garnet? There was a brief silence before the Garnet continued to ask her. I want to ask you something. Sid sat up and looked at Garnet with a curious look. Then he took out the ring box. Zip, I know we had only been dating for 2 months, but I know you are the one for me. You make me feel so happy. So, you want to make me the honor to marry me? It was silence. Only the wind and the waves could be heard. When Garnet looked at Zip, were tears in her eyes. Yes, I want to marry you. I love you so much. Zip leaned forward and gave Garnet a big kiss and hugged him. She was crying since she never thought that he would propose to her so soon. But she was overjoyed, and he actually did it. How about we tell the others later tonight? I think it's a good idea. Let's do that, said Zip. Both of them enjoyed the rest of the date on the beach. In the afternoon, they returned back to the Bright House. No pony hadn't returned home yet, so they relaxed a bit more themselves. They sat in the living room playing cards when soon later the others returned home. How was your date today? Asked Pip. It was good, but we had something to tell you all. What is it? Said Misty. Both Garnet and Zip still sat on the floor while the others stood behind the couch looking at them with curious eyes. Garnet proposed to me. Hearing that, all the girls started cheering and they congratulated them both, and Pip gave her big sister a big hug while crying. They couldn't even be more happier for both of them. Didn't I tell you she would say yes? Yes, you did. You know that he was going to propose to Zip? Yes, I knew about it since almost 2 months. But it wasn't until today when he was planning to do it, said Hitch. Hitch gave me the courage to do it, said Garnet. But we are happy for you both, though, said Sunny. This should be celebrated with a party, said Izzy. I can make something, said Sunny. While they were preparing for something, Zip went upstairs to call her mom, Haven, to inform her about the engagement. Hello, Zip. How are you? I'm doing well, Mom. Well, I have something to tell you. What is it you wanted to tell me? Garnet proposed to me earlier today, and I said yes. It was silent for a moment on the other end of the phone call. Sudden, Haven was crying of joy. I was so beautiful this day, but I'm so happy for both of you on this. Congratulations, Sip. I'm so proud of you. Thanks, Mom. We both appreciate it. Suddenly, Sonny called out to Sip the party is about to start. Mom, I'm sorry. My friends are gonna throw a party for me and Garnet. You should go and have fun with them. And once again, congratulations, Sip. Thanks, Mom. Sip ended her call with her mom and went downstairs to join the party. Sonny and Garnet had made some toast with a big pizza with the oven. Sip felt so happy about her engagement with Garnet. Sip was really happy to be engaged to Garnet, and seeing her friends celebrating their engagement meant the world for her. Even when she were enjoying the pizza that Sonny and Garnet made. During the dinner, Hitch stood up. I just want to make a toast to celebrate Sip and Garnet Glim's engagement. Their love for each other is truly strong, and I wish them both the best and many happy years together. Every pony raised their glasses and cheered for both of them. Thanks, Hitch. Me and Sip appreciate it so much, said Garnet. That we do. If any of you hadn't gone to Skyros, neither me or Sip would have met and fallen in love. I agree with you, Garnet. If we hadn't gone there, we wouldn't have even met. Sip gave Garnet a kiss, and he kissed her back. Rest of the evening, they celebrated the engagement. Later in the evening, they all went to bed around 11 p.m. Seems it has been a long day, and this time Sip went to Garnet's room and laid next to him. Since they were now engaged, they felt happy to be married soon. You make me so happy, said Sip. Trust me, you make me so happy too. They gave each other a kiss and later drifted off to sleep. The next day, after every pony had gone to work, Garnet stayed behind to take care of the things. After he cleaned the bright house, he decided to call his dad to inform him about the engagement. He sat down on the couch and called his dad. Hey son, how have you been doing? Hey Dad, I'm doing well, and I have something to tell you. What is it? I proposed to Sip, and she said yes. Goodness, I'm so proud of you, Garnet. I can't believe you actually did it. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate it. Have you and Sip chosen when to have the wedding? Actually, yes. We thought having around the next month in Zephyr Heights. Me and your brother will be there since it's your big day. Thanks, Dad. I will send you the invitation about the wedding later on. I can't wait for it. Same here. Tell Star Rush about it. I will. I will tell him later. Garnet and his dad continued to talk for a while until Garnet ended the call and he left the Bright House to do some shopping. As he was doing his shopping, he was approached by ponies who congratulated him with his engagement to Sip. He thanked him so much about it. Garnet felt quite excited about getting married to Sip. He was a bit curious how things will be like. After he got everything needed, he went home relaxed. But since he didn't have anything else to do, he chose to go out again. He walked around and ended up at Main Melody, and he walked in. Hey, Garnet, what brings you here? Asked Rocky. Just walking in to see Pip. She's in the back. You can go there. Thanks. Garnet walked to the small back office where Pip were working. She was surprised to see him. Garnet, how can I help you? Just wanted to talk to you about the wedding between me and Sip. Of course, anything to help you with. Gonna sit down and Pip gave him a drink. What do you want to talk about? If you and your staff can help Sip's main and mine for the wedding to look more stylish, perhaps provide flowers, music, entertainment for the wedding reception party, Pip's eyes sparkled at the question. Of course, we will be thrilled to help you with this support. You don't have to charge us for anything for it. I don't know if you can do all that for free. Don't worry about it. But have you chosen a location for the venue? Well, since the wedding is going to be in Zephyr Heights, I thought perhaps the palace throne room would be a good spot. Perhaps we can call my mom and ask her about it, just in case. I believe that's a good idea. Pip pulled out her phone and dialed her mom's number. Soon, Haven answered. Hey, Pip, how can I do for you? Mom, me and Garnet have been talking about the wedding between him and Sip, and they have chosen Zephyr Heights as a good spot. Goodness, that's a good choice for it. Thanks, Mom. Haven, I wanted to ask if it's possible to use the throne room as a wedding ceremony. But of course, Garnet, it would be a perfect place for your wedding with Sip. I can have anything arranged for you to your wishes. Well, I asked Pip for her and the staff can do the mine and Sip's main for the wedding, and they will do the performance too during the wedding reception. That sounds a good plan. I can provide with the food and the wedding cake for you two. Thanks. Me and Sip will talk more about it and what the wedding meals and what kind of cake we'll have. Haven agreed to that. And after that, they talked more about the wedding. Garnet mentioned the wedding will be in a month, and, and that his brother and his dad will be there. Haven was looking forward to meet Garnet's younger brother and his dad, King Arbor. After that, the ended call and Garnet left Mean Melody as they were walking home to Bright House. When he got home, he was surprised to find Sip already home. I didn't expect you to be home now. I ended my shift a bit earlier today. It's good that you're home. I thought we can talk more about the wedding and plan for it. I think we can do that even though it's a month away, but it's best to have things sorted out. Garnet walked up to sit down next to Sip on the couch. I have talked to Pip. She said she could take care of mine and your main styling for the wedding for free, and they could perform too. That's great. And I knew she would step up to help us. Yes. We talked to your mom about the wedding. She agreed, and we can use the front room for the ceremony. That's a big deal. And I don't argue, the front room is big, so it would work. And my mom could perform the ceremony itself. Garnet agreed with that too. Your mom said she could provide both the meals and the cake for us, but that you and I have to decide for what kind of food and the cake that will be served. That's a good call. If you hadn't said that, she would provide with any food and cake. Yes, and it's good she is good as she understands it. But then the question is how many to invite to the wedding as guests? Who's gonna be the maid of honor ring bearer? I assume Hitch is gonna be your best man. I have thought about it. For maid of honor, I would pick Misty. And ring bearer, I think we could pick Spike. He's good for it. I think it's a good idea. And how many guests do you want to invite other than our friends from here and Spike? Sip was silent for a moment, as she was thinking for a moment about it. Then she looked at Garnet and told the answer. How about we invite at least 60 guests? Even the front room is big, but it had to be a decent number of guess. Agreed. We can start with making the invitation list right now if we want to have that taken care of. I think it's a good idea. Sip went to the kitchen, grabbed a paper and pen, and went back to Garnet on the couch. They wrote down the numbers of names of include Spike, Misty Stead, Alphabetical, Rocky, Jazz, and some friends from Metan Bay. Since the only two guests were coming from Skyrose, King Arbor and Star Rush. After they finished the list to invite for the wedding, then Sip pulled out her phone and went through the common meals for a wedding. There were quite many to choose from. Which one should we pick from? They all look good, but how about we pick pasta for a main meal, apple pies as dessert, with the whipped cream with the strawberry, two-level wedding cake? I like the idea, and I think my mom can do that and perhaps add some more of her own ideas. Garnet nodded and Sip texted her mom with ideas for the meal, dessert, and what kind of cake they wanted to have at the wedding. Her mom texted back saying she would have it all prepared. The rest of the evening, both Garnet and Sip talked more about the wedding, since both were so excited about it. Even their friends could tell how excited they were about the big day. Soon, as the time went on, Sip and Garnet have visited Main Melody to try several main styles for the wedding by using the mirror at the saloon. At first, Sip had a bit hard to choose from which one, but eventually she chose a bright style. Garnet had chosen to have his mane pulled to his side so that his eyes could be more seen clearly. Both of them were happy about the choices. One day when Garnet were out on a walk, just to relax himself since Sip were working. It was just only a few weeks left until the wedding, and now he started to get more nervous. Then he thought he could ask Pony for advice. Pony who had been married before, then he thought of Alphabetical. He flew all the way to Broadwood. Outside Crystal Tea Room, when he walked inside, there were a few ponies already inside, and he walked up to the counter. "Well, hello, Garnet Glim. What brings you to my establishment?" "Well, hi. I need some advice." Alphabetical smiled and looked at Garnet. "Let me guess. It's about your wedding with Sip." "Yes, that's right. And I'm just a bit nervous now, and you want to ask Pony for advice." Garnet nodded and sat by the counter. "I'm glad you came here for advice, though it has been many years since my late wife passed away. But I'm willing to give you some advice. But first, Alphabetical prepared a tea for him and served it to Garnet. First, take a sip from this tea. It will help you to calm you down." Garnet took a sip from the tea and had both the sweet aroma, smell, and taste to it. "It actually made me feeling a bit calmer. Thanks." "No problem. Now tell me, what is on your heart?" "Well, I'm a bit nervous and scared of getting married, but I'm not backing out from this wedding at all." "Ah, the classic wedding blues. It's so common, I'll tell you, even I had it when I was about to get married." "Even you had it too?" "Absolutely. Many stallions face it. It's normal, but you feel much better eventually on the wedding day, when you're seeing your beautiful bride." Garnet realized Alphabetical had a good point. He thinks about his own dad and had the same feeling that when he got married. "Thanks, Alphabetical. It actually helped a lot." "Anytime. You want some more tea?" "Yes, please." After he thanked Alphabetical for advice, then he left the Crystal Tea Room. When he got home to Bright House, Sip was already home. Where have you been? I went to Broadwood to talk to Alphabettle. Was it about the wedding? Yes, it was just that I'm feeling nervous, but he gave me good advice. That's good to hear. Now I'm ready for our wedding. Sep smiled at her fiancé, Garnet. I can tell. No matter what happens, we'll face it. We will face it together. That will do for sure. Both of them were looking forward to the day. As time were moving to the wedding day was getting closer, and every preparations for the wedding in Zephyr Heights had been in a full swing, now under the leading of Queen Haven. All the invitations had been sent out, and even Sip were feeling the effects of being nervous, but Garnet made sure to calm her down. Then the day was before the wedding was going to happen. It was early noon when there was a knock on the door at Bright House, and Hitch went to open. King Arbor, Star Rush, you made it here. Yes, thanks for inviting us over here. Anytime. Your son is out at the moment, but come in, you two. Thanks, Hitch. Where's your little dragon, son? Asked Star Rush. Before Hitch could reply, Sparky came running in the hallway, jumped on Star Rush's back. Sparky, you shouldn't do that. No, it's fine, Hitch. I don't mind at all. Are you okay with it? Yes, I'm perfectly fine with it, said Star Rush. They went to the living room. Sparky played with Star Rush while Hitch prepared some tea for the guests. They were going to stay in Zephyr Heights during the wedding since Bright House didn't have enough rooms. While they were talking, Garnet and Sip came home early, and when Garnet saw his dad and brother walked up to them. Dad, Star Rush, you made it here, and I'm glad to see you two again. I'm so proud of you, Garnet, and happy to see you too, Sip. It's good to see you too, and you too, Star Rush. It's fun to see you all. We will be leaving for Zephyr Heights as soon the others are home. Can't still wait to believe that you're getting married tomorrow, said Star Rush. Me neither. But I'm looking forward to it, said Star Garnet Glim. Soon the others came home and greeted King Arbor and Star Rush. Sunny asked who is looking for after Skyrels while they were in Equestria. Arbor said that the Royal Council is looking after Skyrels meantime. After they went to Midstream, they flew all the way to Zephyr Heights. What a machine you have here. Thanks. We're proud of it, said Zip. I can't see that very much. Soon they arrived to Zephyr Heights, and they were greeted by Haven outside the Royal Palace. Mom, let me introduce you to King Arbor and his youngest son, Star Rush. It's an honor to meet you, Sip's mother. The pleasure is mine. Now, let me show you to your rooms where you're going to be staying. We would appreciate it. Two guards took King Arbor's and Star Rush bags. They followed after Haven to the guest room, while Sip and Garnet went to the palace garden to enjoy some alone time together. I can't believe that we are getting married tomorrow. Yeah, it feels like a dream. A dream that neither of us want to wake up from. Sip nodded as he leaned against Garnet's shoulder. They were both so excited and eager about the big day. That evening they all sat in the dining hall, and Haven and King Arbor talked a lot about their kingdoms and how they raised their children. Sip and Garnet felt happy that their parents were getting well along with each other. After dinner, they all went to the library to relax a little. King Arbor played chess with Garnet since it was something they both much enjoyed to do. They all stayed up to around 11 p.m. when it Tuesday was time to go to bed. They had been up early the next day for the big wedding. Garnet took Sip to her room. There, shared one goodnight kiss. Good night, Sip. I will see you tomorrow. Good night, Garnet. Sleep well. After Sip stepped in her room, Garnet went to his guest room, and that night he felt it was hard for him to fall asleep. It was due to the fact that he was so excited about getting married with Sip. Tomorrow is the big day, and I can't believe it. With that, Garnet slowly faded away to sleep. Early next morning, around 9 a.m., Garnet woke up when a servant woke him up. He got dressed, went downstairs, but he didn't go to the dining hall since it was prepared for the wedding meal after the wedding. He went to a smaller room where his dad, brother, and his friends were waiting for him. Morning, every pony. Morning, Garnet. Did you sleep well? Asked Sip. Yes, as best I could. He was but just so excited about this day, said King Arbor. My dad is right about that, said Garnet. At noon, Pip came to Sip, and she told her sister that Rocky and Jazz had arrived to help her to get ready for the wedding. Garnet gave Sip a smile as she walked away with her sister. Garnet stood for a moment longer before he went to get ready himself. He had a few male Pegasus to helping him with preparing for the suit and his mane. Soon he was finished, and he went with his dad and brother to the front room. There his friends were waiting too. They were all wearing beautiful dresses. He walked up to them, talked for them for a bit before the ceremony was about to start. But soon the wedding ceremony did start. Garnet stood by with Hitch, and soon the music started. Then the doors opened, and in walked Sip in her white dress, being led by Apple Barrel along the aisle. When Garnet saw her in a white dress, he could just smile and feeling his heart pounding so fast in his chest. Soon she stood next to him, and she smiled at him. You're so beautiful. Thanks. You're handsome yourself. Are you ready to get married? Yes. I'm so ready to get married. Both turned and faced Haven. Dear gentle colts and mares, we have gathered here in this union of Sip Storm of Zephyr Heights, Garnet Gleam of Skyros. We can see the true love and passion between these individual ponies. I'm feeling honored to be able to make in this ceremony and the bond between these ponies in this marriage. After that, Haven continued the ceremony. All the guests smiled, and even Sunny Misty cried a little when they watched the whole ceremony going on. Soon it was time for both the bride and the groom to say their vows. Now, you can say your vows. Let's start with the bride. Both Garnet and Sip faced each other, and Sip began with her vows. I never thought of the day I would meet my true love. You had shown me more love than anything in this world. I can't be more grateful for that. Ever since that day, when we first met, you made me realize how much I love you and how much you mean to me. You give me not only the safety, but also true love. I promise that I will always be there for you, no matter what happens. Next, it was Garnet's turn, and he said his vows to Sip. I couldn't imagine that I would meet my true love, and I could love you so much. No matter how bad things will be, I will always be there for you. My love for you, no matter what happens. Nothing will get in our way, and my love for you will be eternal. When Sip heard Garnet's vows, It made her teary-eyed. She felt quite happy. After that, Haven said it was time to bring out the rings. Sparky walked up to them with a red pillow with the rings on. Garnet used his magic to lift the rings. With the power they mean, in the kingdom of Zephyr Heights, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Both Garnet and Zip smiled, leaned forward, and gave each other a kiss. And all the guests was cheering for them. Then suddenly, Haven lifted her hoof to make in silence. Garnet looked at Zip, and she was curious what was going on. Zip, I have a special wedding gift for you, and I had a permission from my dad about it. Zip, would you like to be immortal like myself so we can one day rule Zephyr Heights together? Yes, Garnet, I want to be by your side even if it makes me immortal. Then Garnet used his magic and turned Zip into immortal. And she was still as a Pegasus. Zip smiled and she shared another kiss with Garnet. Both of them later walked down the aisle as all the guests were cheering for them. They went to the dining hall. Soon all the friends and guests joined them inside the dining hall. Their friends walked up to Zip and Garnet to congratulate them for the marriage. Congratulations, Zip, Garnet, for your marriage, said Sonny. Thanks, Sonny. We appreciate it so much. Congratulations to you, Zip, to be immortal, said Misty. Thanks, Misty. It was a big surprise, but I don't regret the choice. Later during the celebrations, they were all talking to King Arbor, and Starrush walked up to Zip and Garnet to congrats them to their marriage. Welcome to the family, Zip, said King Arbor. Thanks, I appreciate it. It's fun to have a sister-in-law now, said Starrush. It's always nice to have some more relatives now, and you two are always welcome here at any time. Thanks, and both of us appreciate it. Garnet and Zip enjoyed the wedding reception while enjoying the nice pasta meal that Haven had prepared for everybody. When Garnet and Zip shared the first dance, it felt like they were the only ones there. Later in the evening, it was time for Garnet and Zip to go on their honeymoon. Battle had a gift for them. He had arranged a cabin for both of them in Bridlewood for the week. Both of them thanked Battle, and every pony had showed up to the wedding. They took a special wagon that Haven had arranged for them to take to Bridlewood. When Garnet and Zip were in the cabin, just the two of them, they stood by the open fireplace, made a toast for their marriage. Both said that Been had asked for a better marriage partner. I'm so happy to finally be married with you, Garnet. I'm so happy to be with you too, Zip, more than anything in this world. And this life, I always want to be with you. Both of them made another toast and joined the evening before they go to sleep. That whole week, when they were on their honeymoon, both of them had so much fun. Garnet always prepared the delicious breakfast, lunch, and dinners for the both. They explored the forest, enjoyed the sunset together from a clearing. They couldn't have been more happier to be with the one they loved the most. They know that the day when Haven steps down as the queen, Zip would have become the new queen, and they would rule Zephyr Heights together with peace and kindness. I love you, Zip, more than anything. I love you too, Garnet, Glim, more than anything. Both of them laid against each other as they watched the starry night on the final day of the honeymoon before they were going back to Merton Bay as a married